One of the biggest questions in education really is, what does it take to build a leader? Well, today we're going to unpack a really fascinating new blueprint designed to do just that. It's called the F.I.T curriculum.
I mean, think about it. It's a huge question, right? Are leaders just born that way, or can they be made? Is it all about raw talent, or is it something you can actually teach? Well, a new curriculum is making a bold claim. Yes, it absolutely can be taught, and it's got a path designed specifically for young men.
And the answer they're offering isn't some vague set of suggestions. It's a blueprint. It's called the F.I.T Young Men Curriculum, and it treats leadership development kind of like building a house. It has to be strong, it has to be lasting, and you build it piece by piece.
So let's dive in and really unpack this blueprint. First step, we're going to look at the framework itself.
Okay, so on the surface, it's an 8-week course for high schoolers. But here's the thing. The real magic isn't the format, it's the approach. This is not a lecture series where someone just talks at you for an hour. The whole goal is to facilitate. It's all built on discussion and shared experiences, creating a space where these young men draw out their own insights instead of just being told what to think.
So what's the big idea driving all of this? Well, it's all captured in a pretty simple acronym, F.I.T. And just to be clear, this has nothing to do with physical fitness. It's a framework for personal growth.
It all starts with being fearless. Having the courage to actually step out of your comfort zone and take on a challenge. But look, courage without any direction is just recklessness, right? That's why the next step is being intentional. This is all about making purposeful, deliberate decisions instead of just reacting to whatever life throws at you. And then when you combine that courage with that intention, that's when you become transformational. You gain the ability to create real, positive change, not just for yourself, but for your whole community. So how do they actually put this philosophy into practice? Well, the curriculum breaks it all down into 8 core pillars. They call them the 8 Ps, and they basically form a map for development. You can really see the journey laid out here, can't you? It starts with the internal work, finding your purpose and your passion. Then it moves into the practical, real-world skills of preparation and patience. From there, it expands outward, making you look at your environment, your place, and the people you surround yourself with. Then it gets real, preparing you for the tough times with pain and perseverance, before ending on a really powerful reevaluation of the ultimate prize. Okay, so let's see how this stuff actually translates from big ideas into real action. We'll start with that first foundational pillar, purpose. This quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson really sets the stage perfectly. The program frames purpose not as some magical thing you just stumble upon one day, but as something you actively build by connecting what you do to a deeper why. And here's how they make it so practical. Instead of asking this huge, intimidating question, what is your purpose? The program breaks it down into smaller, manageable chunks. Students assess their strengths, they rank their core values, and they identify the impact they want to have on their community. It turns a massive philosophical question into a solvable equation. But, having a purpose is one thing. Sticking with it when things get really tough, that's a whole other ballgame. And that's exactly why the curriculum dedicates an entire lesson to pain and perseverance. It's about teaching a critical skill, how to reframe failure not as a stop sign, but as essential feedback. And this, right here, is the huge mental shift at the heart of the lesson. When you're faced with failure, the natural human response is often to avoid it or feel shame. But this curriculum teaches a transformational response, to analyze what happened, to learn from it, and to adapt. It's about consciously choosing growth over retreat, and literally turning your struggle into a tool for strength. And they bring this idea to life with some amazing activities, like the failure resume. Students literally list out their setbacks, failing a test, not making the team, and then in the next column, they write down the lesson they learned from it. This exercise completely normalizes setbacks and makes learning from them an active, conscious process. It's brilliant. So this all leads us to the final and maybe the most important pillar of the whole curriculum. After you've built your purpose and your resilience, the program asks you to redefine what you're actually working towards. What is the real prize? The final lesson really challenges the common definition of success. It draws a super clear line between external prizes, the trophies, the grades, the likes that kind of fade over time, and internal prizes. Now, these are the things you carry with you forever: pride, confidence, strength, and knowledge.
The curriculum basically argues that while external validation is fleeting, internal growth is permanent. And this is the ultimate message. This quote just captures that shift in perspective perfectly. Success isn't just about the destination or the trophy you put on the shelf. The true victory is in the character, the strength, and the wisdom you build along the way. And so the curriculum leaves us with a challenge, not just for its students, but really for all of us. What if success isn't about what you achieve, but who you become? It's a question that can reframe our entire relationship with our goals and really with our lives. Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.